Giants fans, we are less than 10 days away from the Week 1 matchup of Giants-Titans. I'm pumped up. I know you are. We got a loaded show today. But before we get into it, I want to take the pulse of all of you watching. Who do you got Week 1? Type NYG for the Giants, or if you're a fraud, you can go down and type TEN for the Tennessee Titans. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We have a loaded show for you guys today. We're going to talk about Brandon Jacobs saying the Giants should go out and re-sign number 13, Odell Beckham Jr. And then on the tail end of the show, we're going to go through every single depth chart at every single position for the Giants going into Week 1 against the Titans. I want to, provide some clarity as there's been a lot of roster shuffling going on. So I think it's a good idea, good time to do it. But first, let's start with some rumors. Schoen, is he scouting CJ Stroud, the starting quarterback for the Ohio State? Last year, remember, we'll get to the picture in a second, but they were chopping it up at Ohio State's Pro Day, and Schoen is going to be at the game this week. Ohio State versus Notre Dame. He talked about in his press conference yesterday, his media availability, that he is going to be going to a lot of college football games this season, and he has his eyes, no doubt, on a quarterback, just like he did when he went to Ohio State's Pro Day last year. Obviously, CJ Stroud wasn't going to the NFL draft, and here's Schoen talking with CJ Stroud. I'm sure he was asking him about Garrett Wilson and other pro prospects at Ohio State's Pro Day, but I think he was also feeling CJ out a little bit and seeing what he thinks about some players as well as what he thinks it's going to be like when he enters the NFL draft next year, setting the groundwork and getting some minor scouting details as we go on from Schoen. But CJ Stroud, he's a hell of a quarterback. He's going to be competing for the Heisman this year. Last year completed 72% of his passes. I mean, the Ohio State quarterback stat inflation stuff is real, but these numbers are just crazy. 44 touchdowns in 12 games, 6 interceptions, 4,400 yards, and an awesome completion percentage of 72%. I'm a big fan of CJ Stroud. I like the way he's not a mobile quarterback, I would say, but he's able to use his feet to buy time, and I love the way that he keeps his eyes downfield. But we got to be honest right here. If Daniel Jones struggles this year, the last year of his rookie deal, Schoen and Brian Daboll, they're going to have no choice but to move off of him. I'd love for Daniel Jones to be back next year because that means he played damn good football this year. But I want to take the pulse of all the real ones out there right now. Who do you want to be the quarterback next year for the Giants? Type CJ for CJ Stroud, BY for Bryce Young, or DJ for Daniel Jones. Also, I want to remind you guys that we're going to be going live for every single game this year during the 2022 NFL season. And we also go live every single Wednesday. And that's why you should subscribe and hit that big red button. We're trying to get to 12,000 subs on the channel. And we're doing it for Davis Webb, a preseason legend. So if you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube, Giants videos every single day, you found your guys. Hit that big red button. Lock us in. Let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr. It just seems like this story never goes away. Last week, OBJ, 2 different times on social media, took, I wouldn't say jabs, but made hints that he's interested in coming back to the New York Giants. He responded to someone on Twitter as well as someone on Instagram saying he misses the fellas, he misses the city, and he always wanted to win a ring for Big Blue. But now, a guy that has a ring that played for the Giants, he's saying the New York Football Giants should bring back the dude with the yellow hair, number 13. Brandon Jacobs says, OBJ is older, more mutate. I'm sure he meant mature there, with a child of his own. I think he's ready to be back in New York with the Giants. Odell is still a free agent, still rehabbing from that second ACL surgery, tore his ACL in the Super Bowl. I don't expect him to sign with the team until November, December, and I doubt it's going to be the Giants because he's going to want to latch on with a contender. But maybe next offseason, the Giants could be a viable option. Let's just take a trip down memory lane. Odell, when he was with the Giants was just special. Those first 3 seasons in the NFL, you could honestly argue, outside of quarterbacks, he was the best and most electric player in the NFL. 10, 13, 35 touchdowns in his first 3 seasons. I'm not great at math. Does that check out? 12 plus 13 plus 10, 35? 35. I got my statistician and stat checker, Matthew Peterson, checking out. 35 touchdowns in his first 3 seasons. And remember, he only played 12 games in his rookie season. OBJ was electric in New York. I'd love to see him don the beautiful blue New York Giants jerseys once again. My producer, Matthew Peterson, if you know, he's not a fan of Giants jerseys. But I want to ask you this question. Should the Giants sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Type OBJ for yes. Type NOBJ for no. Yes, that's NOBJ for no. Sound off in the comments if you want to see number 13 back with the New York Giants. To close today's show, I just wanted to go through every single position on the Giants roster and just look at the depth chart. Because the Giants, they've made 15 roster moves just in the past couple of days. And the roster, especially the back end of the roster, has had major shuffling going on. So we're going to run through the depth charts really quickly, starting with the offense. Quarterback, 2 guys, Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor. It's Jones's job, I wouldn't say to lose, but it's his job, and he's moving forward. I think the Giants will give him the first 9 games of the season before the bye week to prove he's the guy. If he's really struggling, then I could see the Giants pulling him. But I thought Joe Schoen was really candid and honest when talking about Daniel Jones yesterday and his media availability. He said, I think Daniel's in a good place. I'm happy where he is. But again, we all know everybody's got to go perform on Sundays. And that's when the evaluations will really start. Daniel Jones struggles this year. It'll be his last year playing football for the New York Football Giants. If he goes through another season where he throws 11 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns, you won't be seeing a QB wear number 8 like Daniel Jones next year in Giants blue. I always go back to that rookie year. 24 touchdowns in 12 games. But I'm not sure if he can get back to that. I am rooting for Daniel Jones to be successful. Because if you wear the Giants jersey as a Giants fan, that's what I do. I would never wish ill will on a football player for the New York Giants. I want Jones to be great. He just got to go out and show me at this point. But I want to show Daniel Jones some love because a lot of people think I'm a Daniel Jones hater. And I think my producer would tell you that's the exact opposite. I'm probably the most optimistic Giants fan when it comes to Daniel Jones. But let's show him some love. Type 8 in the comments section right now. At the running back spot, the Giants, they officially kept 4 players. Saquon Barkley, Matt Breida, Gary Brightwell, and Antonio Williams. And just like Daniel Jones, it's a huge year coming up for Saquon Barkley. Last year of his rookie deal, he needs to play like the guy he was in the first 2 years of his career, where he went over 1,000 yards twice, had 11 touchdowns his rookie year, 6 touchdowns in his second year in 13 games. Saquon Barkley is going to be running behind the best offensive line he's had yet in the NFL. He's going to have every opportunity to be that back that was supposed to be great, coming out of Penn State, being that number 2 overall selection. If he does it, he'll be a free agent next year, and he won't be playing with the Giants anymore. I want to see Saquon be great because I want to see Saquon only play for the New York Giants. But let's play a little game. Over and under. Vegas has it at 7.5 rushing touchdowns for Saquon Barkley this year. Where's he going to finish? Over, under, sound off in the comments right now. And if you want to lay some lettuce on that bet, Saquon Barkley prop bets, Daniel Jones prop bets, Giants over-under win total, which is 6.5, do it with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Just make sure you use the promo code CHAT125. You get a 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean? They're going to give you a free $125 if you put $100 into your account. So go to chatsports.com/bet. Put $100 into your account. Use the promo code CHAT125, and you'll have 225 big ones to lay on Sundays. Do it right now. Shout out to BetUS, our proud sportsbook partner. Let's take a look at the wide receivers. They kept 7. Golladay, Shepard, Tony, Robinson, Richie James, and David Sills, as well as Darius Slayton. Kind of a shocker. I wouldn't say he's for sure in the clear. Let's wait till week 1. But it's these 3 guys that got to play big. And Golladay, Shepard, and Tony. All of them were underachievers last year, and I think that's fair to say. Shepard got hurt early. I thought he played really well against the Denver Broncos in week 1, his lone touchdown of the season. These guys got to play good, and if Golladay and Toney end the season yet again with 0 touchdowns, people are going to be bringing out pitchforks to MetLife Stadium. At the tight end spot, the Giants, they kept 3 guys, but Chris Myriak is being used more so as a fullback. So right now, it's just the rookie Daniel Bellinger and the free agent acquisition Tanner Hudson from the 49ers that the Giants signed just a couple of days ago. The front 5 on the defensive line looks like this: Kayvon Thibodeaux, Leonard Williams, Justin Ellis, Dexter Lawrence, and Azeez Ojulari. Hopefully Thibodeaux and Ojulari are ready to go. Week 1, they're both battling with some injuries. If not, O'Shane Ximines, Tommen Fox, and Jihad Ward, they're going to be asked to play a whole lot. I'm expecting a big year from Leonard Williams. The offensive line, Andrew Thomas. I don't know who's starting at left guard. Is it going to be Devery Hamilton? Is it going to be the rookie Josh Azudu? Will Ben Bredesen be ready? I don't know. But you got John Feliciano at center, Mark Lewinsky at right guard, and Evan Neal at right tackle. I'm pretty confident in this group. I think it's going to be the best offensive line that guys like Daniel Jones, Saquon, Barkley have ever played behind. And it's one of the best offensive lines that I can remember suiting up for the New York Giants in a long time. We just talked about the defensive line a second ago. I want to go back to that. Who has more sacks this upcoming season? I'm expecting Leonard Williams to have a huge year, but I think Azeez Ojulari is the guy that's going to have the most sacks out of these people, mainly because I don't think Thibodeaux is going to be ready to go week 1. But sound off. Who has the most sacks this upcoming season? 99 for Leonard Williams, 51 for Azeez, or number 5 for Kayvon Thibodeaux. The inside linebacker position is up in the air after Blake Martinez was released yesterday due to pretty much a mutual separation, and the Giants get to clear some salary cap space. I think Tay Crowder's definitely a starter, but is it going to be Carter Coughlin? Is it going to be Cam Brown, Micah McFadden, or preseason legend Austin Calitro? We're going to find out real soon who's going to be that guy next to Tay Crowder. The position group I'm most worried about, the cornerback spot. I love Adoree Jackson. His injury concerns concern me, but he's a good corner, and he was one of the best down the stretch in 2021. But it's Aaron Robinson being an outside corner that concerns me, and the depth is really not there. Hopefully Cordell Flott can pick up the game quickly, the rookie out of LSU. But I like Darnay Holmes in the slot. But outside of Adoree Jackson, there's no proven talent on this depth chart. The safety position, headlined by Xavier McKinney, in my opinion, one of the best safeties in the NFL. The only safety last year to have more than 90 tackles, more than 10 pass breakups, and 5 interceptions. I'm expecting him to have a Pro Bowl to All-Pro type of season this year. You also got Julian Love. Tony Jefferson's not yet on the 53-man roster, but I think by week 1 he will. And then Pinnock was the player that the Giants picked up on the waiver wire from the New York Jets. And the special teamers, Graham Cold-Blooded Gano, one of the best kickers in the NFL, followed by Jamie Gillen at the punter spot, and the captain, Casey Kreider, as your long snapper. We just went through every player, all 53 on the roster. I want you to get out your red pen. Grade the Giants roster for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what you're thinking. Grade the roster for me right now. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate everyone, as always, that makes New York Giants Now a part of their busy days. If you made it this far in the video, drop a real one in the comments section right now.